Hi, Dennis Mason here with Fitness and More after the show. And we're glad you can join us here on YouTube to watch this little video clip here. We have Dr. Fouad Ghaly. Doctor?
Yes. Thank you, Dennis.
Welcome.
Good to be with you.
Welcome aboard.
I enjoyed your interview.
I did too. It was we ran out of time. If you listen to the show on the radio this morning, we totally ran out of time, and we could still continue this conversation. Essentially, Doctor has a website called prolongyouth.com, and that should tell you something right there. So you can just go right there, prolongyouth.com. And it's a lot about anti-aging and foods we eat and stress in your life and hormone replacements. Well, why don't you tell the audience?
Medicine.
Let's tell the audience about that. Go ahead.
As we age, gradually we lose the ability to produce adequate hormones, and hormones are chemical messengers. They affect every part of our existence, including the brain, the way we function, the way we interact with each other, whether we have, for example, testosterone is dubbed as being the joy of life for men and women. Why is that? Because it's a neurotransmitter. So hormones, estrogen, for example, is very important for the memory for women. And the other interesting thing is that as men grows a little older, they increase their production of estrogen, and because of their increase of their production, believe it or not, it softened their heart. So there is a common say that says that this gentleman his heart grew softer as he aged, you see.
Now, I knew that as men get older, we lose our testosterone. It normally just drops down and drops down and drops down. But I didn't know about the estrogen.
We increase our production of a little increase of the production of estrogen. And as a result of that, women, when they grow older, they lose their ability to produce estrogen. And one of the main concern of women that they lose their memory. And at a younger age, they have a memory of a steel trap. You tell them something, they'll never forget it.
Okay.
But as they age, you say, what did you tell me? You didn't tell me that. Well, you are keeping things from me. But the man says, no, I told you, honey. Can't you remember? No, I can't. So the man, from this point on, as we grow older, say a couple grow older, the man increases his ability to remember things. And why is that? Because of his increased production of estrogen. Which is
wow. Yeah. I never knew that.
Yeah. Yeah. So estriol, which is one of the estrogen that is produced in the body, is actually used in Europe to improve men's memory. So estriol in particular, it increases the connectivity. So hormones is not only for sex only. Hormones is for everything in your body. If man loses his ability to produce testosterone, he loses his ability to produce muscle mass. And that's the reason why men have what you call muscle atrophy. You see, they can exercise and exercise. If you don't have adequate testosterone, you're not going to build that muscle, you see. And if you lose that muscle, you are actually prone to have osteoporosis, and then you're prone to have a fracture. What's that? A hip fracture. So the hip fracture is the beginning of the sliding road towards disability.
Now, this is all relatively new research compared to a lot of times what you'll hear is people kind of like saying, oh, well, I don't think I better do too much testosterone or replace that because my doctor said no, or because you heard something on a show. In particular, a fellow journalist was on, I think it was CBS or ABC, one of the networks, and they were still doing the debate to do testosterone or to do hormone replacement therapy or not. And to me, because I've looked into the whole thing and I've gone into and read medical journals about the idea, and this is like newer studies, newer research, just like everything progresses in medicine, we progress all the time. Otherwise, we'd still be using leeches and, dentists would be using wooden teeth. But why is that still such a thing?
Taboo. Using testosterone, excessive testosterone is not good, right, because it increases your production of red cells and it makes your blood thick and what you call viscous, and the heart will have a problem, pumping it. But using physiological levels of testosterone is the actual word for it, physiological levels. Excess or super physiological is totally contraindicated, and it's not healthy. It's not good for you. So actually testosterone increase your focus, increase your brain presence, increase I can do attitude, increase your muscle mass. It's important for your heart function. It's important for everything. Your bone mineralization, so you don't lose bone density, etc., etc. So whether that is for men or for women. So we call it the joy of life. So testosterone is a key player. So when we are replacing testosterone in a man, that increases his usefulness. So, and when we increase testosterone in a woman, we actually help her to lose fat and increase her muscle mass, and she responds to exercise and increase her bone density, increase her focus, and it's a pleasure. So basically, testosterone is great for both men and women. Now, estrogen, again, plays another role in men and women. So estrogen is important in a man because lack of which you lose your memory, and not only this, but you become kind of have a roid rage because there is no balance to your testosterone, etc., etc. So there are a lot. It's a balance of everything. It's a symphony. It's a balance. You can't go out of discourse, and so on and so forth.
Wow. That's amazing. And to find out much more, go to prolongyouth.com. And that's Dr. Ghaly's website, prolongyouth.com. And I'm sure you'll find out much more information there. And he also has a practice here in Torrance in the Los Angeles area. Now, can people contact you at that website?
Yes, they can.
Okay.
And they can reach me on the email as well.
Okay.
And I have a practice in Aspen, Colorado as well.
Aspen. Oh, I love Aspen. It's beautiful up there. Well, thank you very much, Doctor.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Dennis. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you. And join us again next week for another interview and another program on Fitness Radio. I'm Dennis Mason. Have a great week.